Let me welcome everyone to a great day. We are finally here to launch the Our Future Fund. This is something that we started talking about my first probably month in office, Angela, 4 years ago. And now we are here at this point where we have worked so hard. But really, you'll hear from some of the folks that really allowed us to make this happen. And you'll hear from some of our partners in a second. Patty is here, who's president and CEO of Junior Achievement of Central and Upstate New York. John Paul Perez, who is vice president and director at ESL Charitable Foundation. My good friend and buddy, Jenny Ryan, director of community engagement at Canada We're National. Jenny, isn't it cool to be on this side of the camera? Yeah.
Better.
And you're joined by two city council members, Council President Miguel Melendez and Council Member Mitch Gruder. So I want to thank you all for joining me here today. And then all of you, so many of you that are out there that help make this possible. We're so happy to be able to see you here, particularly at so many of our financial institutions, and you'll hear from two in a bit. But we're proud to announce the launch of the Our Future Fund, Rochester citywide children's savings account program. And again, I want to thank Angela Rollins, who is our director of the Office of Financial Empowerment, and her team for bringing the Children's Savings Account to life. This office, if you don't know about the Office of Financial Empowerment, it uses very little taxpayer money. Almost all of their actions and things that they do are the result of these two hardworking women relying on people. And you see some of our partners up here. This is where a lot of the bulk of the dollars in this office come from. So we spend a lot of time in my administration going out to our community partners, our financial institutions, our foundations, getting dollars, and it's led by the Office of Financial Empowerment, which comes out of the mayor's office. So I want to thank them for all the work that they do on a regular basis. This has been years in the making, as I said, and we are finally here to set the next generation on a path to financial success. And again, I want to thank our partners at ESL Federal Credit Union and Canada We're National Bank for believing in this vision and helping us make it possible. They are providing the dollars for us to start the seed money, and this is also like a clarion call for anyone else that wants to contribute to making this a reality. Today is the day to do it. I'm a Creatures kid, and I brought around a different kind of collection plate. So this is like a piggy bank. You can stick your commitment in here, and we can get folks to be able to do it. But partnerships like this are essential, because creating opportunities for our children is a responsibility for all of us to share. And at the heart of this program is a simple belief: every child deserves the opportunity to dream big and build a bright future regardless of their circumstances. We know that parents, caregivers across Rochester work hard every day to provide for their families. They make sacrifices, they plan ahead, and do everything they can to create opportunities for their children. As a city, we should be doing the same, and that's what the Our Future Fund is all about. It's about helping families begin the saving early, it's about connecting them with resources and financial education, and it's about sending a message to every child in Rochester that their future matters. And this gives them the opportunity to reach their highest potential, and they know that the community believes in them. Research shows, and I know this because I did this research when I used to I don't work for you, JP, but I worked at ESL. I did this research, so I've seen it, I know it. Even modest savings, doesn't need to be a ton of money, even modest savings can have a meaningful impact on a child's future. When young people can see a path forward, whether they're pursuing a college degree, career training, or setting goals for the future, they are more likely to believe those opportunities are within reach. Our Future Fund is an investment in Rochester's future. When we invest in our children, we invest in the long-term strength and resilience of our city. The challenges facing our community are real, but so is our commitment to meeting them. Rochester's future will be shaped by the investments that we make today in our neighborhoods, in our families, and especially our children. You know, we had a goal of planting 6,000 new trees in our city, and people thought we couldn't do it, and we did it. But when we were planting those trees, there was a Chinese proverb, and the Chinese proverb says the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. You know what the second best time is? Right now, today. And the same thing goes for savings. The best time to save would have been last week, or last year, or 10 years from now. but the second best time is today. And with our Future Fund, we're saying that today we're going to begin that savings for every single kindergarten. So again, I want to thank everyone who has helped make this possible, especially our community partners and families. All of you that are out here today, all of you that have had worked on surveys, gave us feedback, tried to call donors, you are all responsible for bringing this finally to fruition. You know, they say the only place success comes before work is in the dictionary, and I can tell you that the Office of Financial Empowerment put in the work, not the talk, to make this happen. So with that, I want to have Angela tell us a little bit about how all this is going to work, the mechanics of it, and then I'll call up some of our other speakers. Angie.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Angela. I am the Director of the Mayor's Office of Financial Empowerment. Thank you so much for being with us today. We're so excited to be launching the Our Future Fund Children's Savings Account Program. Our Future Fund will provide every child living in Rochester and currently enrolled in kindergarten, or who will be enrolled in kindergarten next year, with a seeded savings account and hands-on financial education. When we first began designing Our Future Fund, we spoke to over 300 parents in our community and heard over and over again, parents want to save for their children's future. Parents want to teach their children financial skills. Parents want to set their children up for success. They just do not know where to begin. Our Future Fund is a direct investment into the future of our city's children and provides hands-on learning for children to build healthy financial habits. With this initiative, Rochester will join dozens of cities across the country in providing a citywide children's savings account. Data from over 15 years of research on these types of programs nationally show incredible results. Providing a universal seeded savings account leads to greater upward economic mobility for participating children and begins to close the college enrollment gap between represented and underrepresented students. It also increases savings behavior, financial skills, a child's expectations for their own future, and has even been shown to improve the mental health of mothers who participate. Our Future Fund will offer hands-on learning for every child to build a strong financial foundation, which will help them break generational cycles of poverty as they enter adulthood. I want to thank Canandaigua National Bank and the ESL Foundation for supporting this initiative and investing in our children's future. The Office of Financial Empowerment will be coordinating financial education events for both the participating children and their families. Families can learn more about Our Future Fund, enrolling their child in upcoming events by visiting thecityofrochester.gov/ourfuturefund. Thank you so much.
Spread the word. cityofrochester.gov/ourfuturefund, because the children are our future. And if I wanted to break out into a song, I would sing, you guys know the song? Anybody born after like between 1980 and, you know, I believe the children are our future. Oh, there we go. Willie, I see you know. Whitney Houston. Angela will sing that, will give us a rendition of The Greatest Love of All at the end. So again, Angela, thank you so much for all your hard work. We are so thankful again for all of our partners here. And one of our partners is Patty Leva, who is CEO of Junior Achievement of Central and Upstate New York. And she is a very critical partner. And as we talk about the educational component of this, I want Patty just to say a few words. And if you have not seen the Junior Achievement Discovery Center, raise your hand if you've seen the Junior Achievement Discovery Center. Okay, just about a lot of folks have seen it. If you have not seen it, I'm issuing an executive order that all of you need to go and check out that Discovery Center, because that is also a way for our children to know what is available to them. And I'm so grateful for Patty and all of her work in partnership. Patty.
Thank you, Mayor Evans, and good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank the team at the Office of Financial Empowerment, Madeline and Angela in particular. I know the tenacity that it took to get us here. I want to thank our financial partners and everyone who helped make this day possible. But today truly does mark an exciting investment in the future of Rochester's youth. And I can say that Junior Achievement is extremely proud to be a partner, to be part of this initiative, and to provide the financial education that will help students and families make the most of this opportunity. Junior Achievement has been serving young people for over 100 years throughout the country, throughout the globe, and nearly 60 years here in Rochester. We provide financial education, career awareness, and entrepreneurial inspiration for students in kindergarten all the way to high school and now post-secondary as well. And a question that I'm often asked is, why kindergarten? What is it that students can grasp about finance or about entrepreneurialism at such a young age? And the answer is really quite simple. After 100 years of outcomes, we know it works. Kindergartners learn about money the same way they learn to read and write, by learning the basics. Our schools don't teach algebra before they teach the multiplication tables, right? They start early and they introduce increasingly complex topics over the years. Well, the same thing applies to money management. We wouldn't want to introduce the concept of compound interest in middle school without first providing the basics. So we do the basics in kindergarten. We teach concepts like needs and wants. We teach students that it's all about making choices. Isn't life all about making choices? And we try to teach the understanding that most people earn money through working. And we teach these concepts through kindergartners in a very fun, relatable, character-based way, and we do it with mentors from the community that can share with students and families their successes along the way. So for a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, the concept, the technical concept of a savings account may not matter that much right now, but what does matter is that they begin to see themselves as a planner, as a saver, as someone who works and someone who has a very bright future. And it will become evident to students and families that a big part of financial success is the knowledge, the opportunities, and the habits, and I repeat, the habits that we begin to develop. So I do want to close by just taking a moment again to thank Mayor Evans for his leadership in this initiative. This is yet another powerful example out of his office that really shows what can happen with collaboration. We have government, business, schools, nonprofits, all coming together today with a shared vision for the future of this city. And I do think that this Our Future Fund, this children's savings program, really sends a powerful message to the city. We believe in you, we're investing in you, and we want to give you every opportunity to succeed. So I'm just so proud to be here today, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Patty. And education is a key component of this. When you give people education, they then have the tools that they will be able to have for the rest of their lives. I learned about money very early on, and I still use those skills every day. Now I'd like to bring up one of our funders to the podium. I'd like to bring up John Paul Perez from ESL Federal Credit Union. And thank you, John Paul, again, for your support.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here with everyone today as we celebrate the launch of Our Future Fund. At ESL, our purpose is simple: helping our community thrive and prosper. That purpose guides how we invest in building a stronger, more resilient, and equitable Greater Rochester. One of the best investments we can make, though, is in young people because they are the future. By helping students begin building assets early, we're opening doors to future opportunities in education, workforce development, and long-term financial well-being. ESL, therefore, is proud to support this work and our partnership with the city's Office of Financial Empowerment. Together, through planning, community input, and collaboration, we help build the foundation for this initiative. The seed deposits for approximately 1,300 kindergartners represents more than just dollars sitting in an account. They represent opportunity, economic mobility, and an investment in the next generation. We're excited to officially launch the enrollment of the Our Future Fund and look forward to seeing the impact of this program on Rochester, its students, and the families for years to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John Cal. And we were blessed to have multiple financial partners who make funding this a priority. And I want to encourage again, I'm going to keep putting in my plug to keep anybody else that wants to jump on in. You can reach out to JP, and you'll hear from Jenny in a second. We're going to take these two on the road to have them get others to jump into the water. But now I'd like to bring up my good friend Jenny Ryan from Canandaigua National Bank to have Jenny say a few words about the importance of this project. Jenny.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. What an honor it is to celebrate with you this common goal that we have, one of financial independence, empowerment, and the opportunity to build generational wealth for an entirely new generation. It also speaks to us at the bank for another reason. It's something pretty simple in our mission statement. It's to do the right thing. And you might be thinking, well, that looks different to everybody. Not today, not in this room, not in this community. The right thing is crystal clear. It's one of the reasons why I think it took our executive leadership team less than 5 minutes to say, of course we'll support children's savings accounts. In fact, I think our CEO said it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And as we look ahead, we know that this issue is incredibly complex, and this initiative will address it. But there are challenges ahead. In order to meet them head on, it's going to require us to continue to collaborate and innovate. And that's why we want to celebrate the mayor today for bringing this innovative program to our community. We are so honored to be a part of it. And I personally want to applaud the financial empowerment team for fighting through those challenges and bringing it to fruition. We are just honored to be a part of this. Thank you, and I hope you too will consider joining this initiative.
Thank you, Jenny. And like I said, it was not easy. Now, also to say a couple of few words, Council President Miguel Melendez, and then followed by Council Member Mitch Gruber. They'll also talk about what this initiative means to the city and its residents. Mr. President.
All right. Well, good afternoon or good morning, everyone. Getting ahead of myself. On behalf of Rochester City Council, I'm honored to join you all today as we celebrate the Our Future Fund and the promise it represents for the children and families of our city. I want to begin by thanking the Mayor, the Office of Financial Empowerment for their leadership and vision to bring this initiative forward. It's been a long time. I think our first couple months, me as president and the mayor as mayor, we started having these conversations about what it would look like to have such an investment happen in our city. I want to also thank the funding partners and all those who are participating in this program. I think it's critical that we continue to find more partnership between city government and the private sector. And this initiative is an example, a shining example, while it took some time to create and pull together, a shining example of what we can do when we partner together as government and community. The Our Future Fund is much more than a savings account, though. It's an investment in Rochester's children and the future of our community. By creating an account for every Rochester student beginning in kindergarten, we are planting a seed of economic opportunity at the very start of a child's educational journey. Over time, that seed will grow alongside each student, reinforcing the message that their dreams matter, their futures matter, and Rochester is investing in their success. When these students graduate, they will not only have a diploma, they will have access to resources that can help them take the next step. Whether that means pursuing higher education, starting a career, launching a business, or building financial stability for themselves and their families. Programs like the Our Future Fund help break down barriers and expand opportunities. They encourage long-term planning, promote financial empowerment, and create pathways to economic mobility for future generations. So today we celebrate more than a program. We celebrate hope, opportunity, and a commitment to ensuring that every child in Rochester has a foundation on which to build their future. This effort also advances a vision that Rochester City Council shares, creating safer neighborhoods, quality housing, and equitable access to opportunities for all of our residents. By investing in our children today, we are helping build stronger families, stronger communities, and a stronger Rochester for generations to come. So thank you, everyone, for helping us make this vision a reality. We truly appreciate it. I'll turn it to Councilmember Gruber.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. Really grateful that the mayor showed the patience and determination to make this program happen. I really want to thank Angela and Madeleine and the Office of Financial Empowerment, and honestly, everyone here. They convened a couple years ago an advisory group. I see a lot of folks here, Larry and Sebra and Takia, all over the place. I see names and faces who participated. This really was a reflection of community involvement and community work. It is now our job. The only thing I'm going to add that hasn't been said yet is now our job to make sure that we go out and we proselytize and we get people to actually sign up for these accounts. At the end of the day, Rochester, people say it all the time that we're program rich. We have to make sure that every single person who is eligible for this program is in fact enrolling and participating. So you all, by nature of being here, are now ambassadors of the program. Let's make sure that everyone has the materials they need. They go out, they encourage people to sign up. I myself have a kindergartner in the Rochester City School District. And I would say, and he's lost a lot of teeth. He's got, I think he's got $14 because he's lost 14 teeth. I don't know what the tooth fairy is paying you all these days, but it's $1 for my kid. And he's counting how that will allow him to be able to get a Lego set. And I see the work happening, and I understand that he is building a very strong base to make good, smart, or maybe not so smart financial decisions, but at least informed ones. We need to make sure every single kindergartner, whether they're Rochester City School District, whether they're a charter school, whether they're homeschool, private school, every one of them should have the same tools to make the same decisions. So let's get everyone signed up. Let's all get to work together. Thank you very much for making this happen.
Thank you. $1 or $2? Man. Now my kids are teens and preteens. They got 50 cents. So I don't want them coming back for extra payment now. If they find out $1, man, that's good pay. But I was just looking around this room, and to Councilmember Gruber's points in terms of us all being ambassadors, there's like 50 people in here right now. If we all told like 20 people, think about we'd be there in terms of getting the kindergarten and the families signed up. And that's the next point. We have to make sure that we continue to make this a priority. And Lord knows I want to make it work because I think just about everyone up here has heard me talk about this for the last 4+ years, saying, oh, we had some fits and starts. We were saying, should we just do it to a certain group of students? But then we said, this is open to everybody in the city of Rochester. So any kindergartner in the city of Rochester, regardless of where you live, which school you go to, you are eligible to take advantage of this. And I'll just say this, the seed deposits may not seem big, but the concept of having an account is a big deal. I still remember my first savings account, $5. And I had that savings account from the time I was a little kid up through college. And then I remember the banker saying, all right, you can't have this account anymore. You're old. It's time for you to get like a grown-up account. But I had this account for years, and it just made me think about savings in such a different way. And I am decent with money because I started understanding it at a very, very early age. And I look back at when I was 9 and 10 years old, and those things stuck with me. They stick with me, budgeting, planning, figuring out how to save for things that I wanted to get. Back in my day, it was the John Madden football game for Nintendo. I remember having to save for that. Or the new Jordans that I wanted to buy, that my parents didn't have money for. I got jobs and I learned the concept of saving. And now we'll have Junior Achievement providing this education. We'll have these accounts that are open for people. The last point I'll make too, and then we'll open it up to questions, is that these things are sometimes hard for people to support because in our community, we want immediate gratification, right? We want to be able to see the project tomorrow or the project in 6 weeks. But remember, this is planting seeds. And when you're planting seeds, the dividends will pay for it. It is just like planting trees. It's going to pay for it when we see a whole generation of young people that are going to understand the importance of financial empowerment. And they're going to start getting that at kindergarten. So that's what this is about. So I know that, and believe me, I'm an elected official. We sometimes think in 2 years or 4 years. We need people to think in 10 years and in 12 years because that is what this is about. Think about that person that is getting ready to go into kindergarten or even pre-K. Think about them and think about what we want them to be when they're 17 or 18. And I know that seems like that's far away, but that's what this investment is all about. That's what the seed of this children's savings account is all about. Sowing those seeds for the future. So again, I'm so thankful for all of you and all your support and the success of launching this. I've had a lot of things that I'm proud of since I've been mayor, but this ranks up there at tops because we worked so hard to get this happening. There were points where we thought we weren't going to be able to do it, but we did it. And it wasn't because the city wanted to do it, it's because partners swept in and said, hey, we'll provide these seed deposits so you can be able to do that. So I am so very grateful for our partners for doing this. We could not have done this without you. And I thank you again from the bottom of my heart.